Alright guys, what's up? I just thought I'd do a little quick one for all the new people really who are going to be playing this game, and we're just going to be doing a quick little guide on Drive Rush. Literally a dummies guide, because obviously I'm on the demo build here. I should have done this on the open beta. I hope everyone had fun. But I'm just going to do a quick one here and just talk about the mechanics around the drive gauge very quickly, just as a quick rundown, as a little dummies guide for everyone who wants to join the game. So, this gauge up the top here, this green gauge, I will do an outline once I do the editing, is basically your, almost like a second life bar. It will go down depending on actions that you do. So if you hold medium kick and medium punch, as if you look over the left hand side of the screen, that's what happens. The gauge is slowly going down, and this is the parry system, which basically acts as an alternative option to guard or block, which you normally do by holding back. So you normally block by holding back. The only thing is, with holding back all the time, your drive gauge will go down, and I'll demonstrate this in a game in a moment. So you want to be careful when you're playing the game for the very first time to not overuse this gauge. And I know very many people will be tempted to do this, which is bound to, for most PlayStation players, Xbox players, will be bound on your left bumper, and that's heavy punch and heavy kick together, which does the drive impact, which is this big flashy move that puts an opponent down on the floor, or if they're blocking, it will push them back to the wall. And alternatively, as you see, if Ryu just hit the wall here, he will get wall splatted, which will lead into combos, whatever you want to do. If you have the know-how for combos. Combos I won't go into today. Now, the other thing that a lot of players I saw commenting during the open beta was Drive Rush. Now, this is the green flash thing that I saw someone say in the open chat one day, which was, it did make me laugh, and it's still something that I'm getting to grips with myself. So you initiate Drive Rush either one of two ways. The easy way, when you're standing away from your opponent, is you can hold down the parry, medium punch and medium kick, and then you just you dash forward, so you tap forward twice. Where you going? You'll get this run animation. Now what that lets you do, that lets you press a button immediately after, and then you'll be able to, almost depending on how comfortable you are with the game at this time, you'll be able to get a combo or almost a free hit on your opponent, because it's unlikely they'll be able to react to everything, as it almost acts as a guess for the opponent, because you can run in with down and medium, or you can run in with down medium punch, or you can run and do stand heavy punch. So there's a lot of options you can do, and this will let you again go into combos again, which I won't go into. So as an example, it really doesn't matter. It opens up the combo system, but again, that's something that you get used to afterwards. So the other way to use Drive Rush is the more complicated route, which I will try and demonstrate now, is that you have to tap forward, then tap forward again with the parry buttons, which can be tricky depending on your setup. I use a pad, so I'm on D-pad here on a Razer controller, and sometimes I'll just get a dash, or I'll stand there in the parry guard, which isn't helpful to anyone. So I'll try and do it now. See, it's a little bit tricky, because this is actually the quickest way to do a Drive Rush when you're standing away from your opponent, and it lets you do something called a juggle, when if your opponent is in the air from a move that you've done before, you can actually activate Drive Rush and extend your combo. And it's very tricky for someone who's not used to doing this movement. So it's something I will have to practice myself before I can be competitive in this game.
Where you going?
So it's a normal dash, but with parry. So it's the same timing as dash. So when you tap forward twice quickly, but you got to do it with medium punch and medium kick at the same time.
Where you going? Too slow. Where you going? Too slow.
Yeah, I'm getting it more now. It's literally on the second tap of the dash.
Where you going?
Moving on. So the other way to use Drive Rush is you can activate the dash green effect from some of your buttons, and then each character is going to be different in the full game. Obviously, I'm using the demo build here with Luke. So as far as I'm aware, he can do it from his stand light kick, which is just pressing A on my controller, or it would be X on a PlayStation controller, I believe. So you can literally tap this and dash. And then you should be able to get, if you time it well, you should be able to get an combo extension.
Where you going? Too slow. Where you going? Too slow.
But it does depend on counter hit, I believe, on this one in particular, because lights, obviously, it's actually very good to get Drive Rush off of the light. The only thing is the opponent might try and press a button and you'll actually get a counter hit, possibly a punish counter hit.
Where you going? Too slow. Where you going?
See, the jab does combo there. You can light kick confirm Drive Rush into a jab, into a crouch jab.
Too slow. Where you going? Too slow. Where you going?
Yeah, so stuff like that there. Another one of Luke's is crouching medium kick. And you've also got crouch heavy punch, you've got stand heavy punch, you've got back heavy punch. And I believe that covers most of his ones that you can cancel into. You've also got crouch medium punch as well, sorry. So I'm trying to think, what else can I explain about Drive Rush today? So we've covered holding parry, which lets you blocks up, and I'll demonstrate this in the game, as I said. You've got your overdrive system as well. So this is your EX move. So there used to be EX moves used to be tied to your meter, which is at the bottom of the screen, and I'll do an outline of that. And you used to have to use meter in place of using supers, but now it's tied to your drive rage bar. So you can do something called EX moves, which is where you do, for example, Luke's Sandblaster is quarter circle forward punch. So, which I mean, quarter circle forward is the inputs on the left. So the Hadoken motion with a punch at the end to do a fireball. In Luke's case is Sandblaster. But if you want to do the move, amp the move up, you press 2 punches at the same time. But you notice the drive bar goes down at the top. Because of the mode this is in the demo, it automatically refills. You put yourself into burnout literally after doing 3 of those, or an EXDP, or any EX move, including his overhead kick, anything of that sort. So that's the other way that your drive rage bar gets used. So there's a lot of meter management in this game. So the other thing that will then come of that is burnout, which I will have to demonstrate in game. So let's go into a match and try and demonstrate some of this stuff, as well as the perfect parry as well, which I can't show in this mode at the moment. Alright, let's hope this computer actually attacks me. Okay, so let's see if we can test out some of the stuff I was trying to explain. Okay, so we'll try and get a perfect parry when I can.
Pay attention.
So I'm going to try and put myself into burnout. Okay, so now I'm in burnout. You can no longer do any EX moves. And you also take chip damage. You see the life bar going down. And this makes it easy for the opponent to actually kill you without you even having been able to defend. So you have to kind of stand there, take the damage until it comes back. And that was the perfect parry on the fireball. And that's a perfect parry on a hit. So you can use that and you get a free combo from that, although it does do a lot less damage. And you should always be using the parry to, in my opinion, to stop fireballs. There's no reason you should just be guarding normally. Just use parry against fireballs because you don't lose drive gauge. And again, literally on drive impact as well, you can get a punish counter. Now, what I normally do in games, I will use parry for fireballs, and if I can see an attack coming from an opponent, like that drive rush that Reach did just then, or for example his donkey kick or a drive impact, I will attempt to parry it and try and perfect parry, as for me it's a safer option, as it protects against someone going high or low. So there's different ways you can use it. And against supers, like that. You don't take any drive gauge damage, you just hold it. Again, that's the options where you don't want to use parry probably in the corner. I think that sort of comes up like the basics of Drive Rush. I'll go into more detail when the game actually comes out, where you can use all the bars and stuff, and practice different characters' moves, but that's pretty much it. So I hope it was helpful to some degree for people starting out, just to give you a rough rundown of what it does, what it's for, and yeah, stay tuned for the next one. Thanks guys, take care.